Hello, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And I heard while I was gone that you guys have been sneaking out and going to parties with your turtleneck sweaters and your fish sticks or whatever it is you kids are into nowadays. You're going to be grounded when you get home. Anyhow, we're taking a look at the Spyderco Tenacious that was courtesy of Rich over at Ace on Knives. So he sent me this thing, and this is my first Spyderco. And, I've been wanting to pick up a Spyderco for a while, and this was a good place to start. Whenever I do buy one myself, I'm going to save up and get one of the nicer ones, like paramilitary. I'll pick it out when I get there, but I do want one of the nicer ones with a nicer steel, all that. That being said, this thing is pretty nice. So I got to carry this off and on. I missed time at work due to catching the flu, so it took me a while to get the days that I wanted with it on my side to do a full review. And I carried this thing, and it did good. It did good. It was comfortable the whole time. I didn't really have a lot of complaints about it. And what you got here is you got some G10 scales in brown. Your pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. You've got the spider hole, so you can reverse flick. Let's flick the hole. And you got a liner lock. And there's a lot that I like about this thing. This kind of fits the bill for just about everything I like in a carry. Let's flick the hole again. I do love the blade profile. This kind of falls in line with the things that I do like to carry. The nice high flat grind makes for a good slicer. Words are hard right now. The only two gripes I have really are this pocket clip. It could be deeper carry, and I've seen so many Spydercos where they do this garbage with the pocket clip, and you got to buy an aftermarket pocket clip to get deep carry on it. And all the aftermarket clips I saw that I liked were starting to run kind of expensive, so I kind of let that go for now. I may pick one up later, or I may wait till I get a nicer Spyderco to get an aftermarket clip for it. It still does a good job. All right, it doesn't ride as deep as I'd like in the waistband by any stretch of the imagination, but it still does a good job. It didn't really cause any discomfort. Like, I noticed it was there. I will say that. I noticed it was there, but it wasn't rubbing. It wasn't causing discomfort, nothing like that. It was a good carry. And I put this thing through the plastic on pallets. It cut that nice and smooth. I fed it a few pieces of cardboard. It went through that like a laser, which is, again, that nice high flat grind. Give me a second to reach over for some copy paper. You know what? We got cornhole instructions here. We got cornhole instructions. We're going to use these. We're going to use these because I know how to play cornhole. I do. I swear to God, I do know how to play cornhole. But let's see what we get here. Nice clean cut until I mess it up. So this thing definitely slices. It dices. It makes julienne fries. It's a good edge, and I'm not sure how much use it got before it made it to my hands, so I don't know whether it's factory edge or not, but it's still nice and plenty sharp. This is one of those that, I would definitely carry on a regular, and I could carry for a long time and be just fine with it. I have become quite fond of this thing the longer I've carried it, and it'll be kind of a shame to see it go, but I'm still chewing through the backlog. And yeah, this thing is really solid, and this is one of the lower price Spydercos. I think this was around 60 bucks or 65 if I'm not mistaken. So for a $65 knife, yeah, I'm okay with it. The other gripe that I really have with it is the pivot is super, super stiff. It is a very stiff pivot. And, before you go there, I did loosen up the pivot screw a little bit to make it, open looser and feel more like the knives that I like carrying. It wasn't having it. Loosening it up enough to get a good flick on it and to make the action nice and smooth introduced a lot of blade rattle side to side. So I settled for tightening it back down and just getting used to the stiff action on it. Which, the stiff action ain't that big of a deal. It's not a hard flick to open it. It's not a big deal to close it. It's not a big deal. And I'm pretty sure that means it's on washers, which means it's also kind of it's got a much rougher, dirtier environment than I'm in mind. This is definitely one that if I was working outdoors or something like that, this thing would probably not give me the first problem until I started really beating the edge up. This is a 8CR13 MOV on the blade, so essentially 440C or 440A, one of those. But good baseline budget steel. And one thing that I've been learning as I have been playing with these things, your 8CR, your 9CR, your what is it, these budget steels can take so much more than I thought they could going into it. I've been real ginger with my knives because I got used to old 440 where the heat treatment just wasn't there and it didn't take a whole lot for that edge to wear down. But if any of you have joined me on my live streams, you've seen like the 440 from 2007. I'm pretty sure it's 440. That thing cut for hours and took a bit of edge wear, more than the other blades I've done this with. The Buck 110 from 1980 to 1981. That thing went 2.5 hours, just cut, nonstop through cardboard. I was able to strop it back to nearly shaving sharp with no major issues. If I had better stropping compound, I could probably get that back to shaving no problem. So, like an 8CR13, that's going to get me where I want to go and a long way past that. It is perfectly fine. I'm not in an environment that requires a super steel, so this thing, it really ticks just about all the boxes for, a good EDC knife. And if this was the only thing I carried for upwards of a month, I'd be just fine with it. This is one of those where I'd start having a hard time not reaching for this before anything else in the pile of knives. And that's pretty damn good. So if you're looking at the Tenacious, you're thinking about getting one and you're on the fence, I'd say go for it. Especially if you're looking for a Spyderco and you don't have like, 120, 140 bucks to spend on one of the nicer ones. This is not a bad compromise. You're getting a stiffer action, you're getting a budget blade steel, but everything else about it is skookum as frig. Build quality's there, the comfort's there, the ergos are there. Like, this is what I expected out of a Spyderco. I didn't expect the stiff pivot. That's the only thing I really didn't expect, and I expected the pocket clip to be deeper carry. But this is just a Spyderco thing, and, like I said, when I go to buy one that's more expensive, I'll probably buy an aftermarket clip for it so that I don't have this going on here. But that was my experience with the Spyderco Tenacious. I'm quite happy with it. This is one that I definitely like quite a bit, and it's one that I would carry on a very regular basis if I wasn't chewing through the backlog and I didn't have so many things that I need to carry to get time on for other reviews, and just because I bought these things, they need some carry time. So, all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are still coming in. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. It's very humbling. Comments, I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about this thing, and I'll try to be better about showing up sooner next time. I was out sick, so I missed a lot of days there. But all that being said, y'all have a nice day.